Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another FIFA 21 video where today we're going to be answering a question that I do get asked an awful lot, and it is, what camera settings do I use? So today we're going to be sharing with you what my camera settings are, how they've changed, and how they kind of impact you based on certain circumstances. So if you do enjoy the content and you'd love to see more, make sure you drop a thumbs up. It would be massively appreciated. But going into those camera settings, so we need to go into the settings and then game settings, and then scrolling across to the camera. So this is all on default, as you can see. Basically what my camera settings are now, I like to use telebroadcast. This for me is the one to go for. I know a lot of people, like to use the co-op camera. For me, I don't like the co-op camera at all. I feel like it's too zoomed out. I feel like it's too far out, and I feel like I feel like there's a big disconnect from the game. I don't feel like I'm in the game, and I don't feel like I can really just get involved in the game and concentrate as much, and I just feel like it's a lot harder to play on this. The pros to this, of using this camera, is you can see the whole pitch. You can literally see the whole pitch. So it's sometimes on the telebroadcast, you can only see probably 3/4 of the pitch, or with the settings that I use. So there are some areas of the pitch that you can't see. So maybe your opponent's player might be making a run, and because it's off the camera, you can't see it. So that's the advantage of using co-op, is that you're able to see everything. You're able to see all the runs. So it's sometimes a little bit easier to defend. You might, you just kind of see certain things. But I like the telebroadcast. I just find you get more involved in the game, and with the settings that we have, you're just able to you're able to kind of still feel a bit involved in the game. It's just a personal preference. It's just how I feel personally. We then have the camera height on 20, and we have the zoom all the way down on 0. Now, they're my settings for that. So the reason why we have the camera height on 20 just gives us a more elevated look on the pitch. So the camera height being on 20 just gives us that higher up angle, and then the zoom being out on 0 obviously then gives us that advantage of still having a good overview of the pitch, but then being zoomed out obviously gives us the slight more advantage of the advantages that you get with the co-op camera. We're still able to see those things as well. Now, one thing to note regarding your camera settings, one really important thing to note with the camera settings is the stadium you play in can dictate how it can look. In certain stadiums, these camera settings that I've shown you, so telebroadcast, the height at 20 and the zoom at 0, they change dependent on your stadium. Now, for me personally, the stadium that I use, it is the FEWC stadium, I believe. That's the stadium that I use. Yeah, it's the Foot Champions Stadium. That's the one that I use. And there's a couple of other ones that I've tried out. I've tried out the Burnabout. I've tried out the Parc des Princes, the Wembley Stadium, the Foot Challenger Stadium, and just the normal Foot Stadium. But I use the Foot Champions Stadium. I really like this stadium. I think, as I said, I've tried out the other ones, and you get a different look in your stadiums. So if you've ever played some games and it looks one way, and in other games, there's been a couple of other games that I've played, when they've been in away stadiums. So maybe my opponent's been using Anfield or whatever it may be, and you have like a lower down view. Like my camera settings, almost you feel like they've reset, and they haven't reset. It's just that certain stadiums have different settings, and your settings sometimes only work in certain stadiums. So it's important to just have a stadium where they work. I use the Foot Champions Stadium. I think it's the best one. I think it works really well. You'll be able to see some of the gameplay that we're talking over now, and I just think that this is the best stadium. It gives you the best blend. It just gives you a bit of everything. You're able to see plenty of runs. You're able to still feel that connect. I know this is a question that people have asked me before, and they feel the same way, is that sometimes when you do use that co-op one, it does feel a bit too zoomed out and it doesn't quite work. So hopefully you guys did enjoy me sharing with you what I use for my camera settings. I do think these are the best ones. I've used these for a long time, and they are important. People don't think they're important. They are important. Just changing your camera settings can have a real impact on how you play. I remember not too long ago, I was just using the default. I think it was sort of FIFA 19. I never even thought to change my camera settings or anything like that. And it just made a huge difference. Just having that different aspect and just having a different look on the stadium, it really helps. You might not think it makes much of a difference, but it really does help. Being able to see different areas of the pitch, just being able to see more runs, just being able to see a little bit more of what you're doing just has a real impact. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video and did enjoy these camera settings. If you do enjoy the content and there are any other questions you would like answering, make sure you drop a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you are new to the channel. But that is all for today, guys. Have an awesome day. I'm out.